We go to the Oak Restaurant Hotline and the victorious coach of the LaVergne Wolverines. It's LaVergne night here on Friday Night Thunder. Stanton Stevens joins us on the phone. Coach Stevens, big road win at Cookeville. I picked you in this game, so I'm going to take the credit. How about that?
Hey, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to anybody. You just keep picking us.
Congratulations on the win, and I had zero to do with it. Tell me who was big in your win tonight. I know that your quarterback CJ had a good night. It looked like that from Twitter and listening to the Cookeville broadcast. But who else stood out for you tonight?
A freshman did, Malik Gray. He had a pretty good night tonight, and on other guys on the offensive side. J.J. Horner came back, and he provided us with a spark, and we had a sophomore, Mario Dismute, had a big catch for us and helped us. I can't remember if it was our first score, it led to our first score, or maybe our second, but he had a good night for us on the offensive side. Defensively, we had a senior that came off the bench in the secondary and played really, really well, Kyle Ewing. You know, that's a name we hadn't called a lot this year, but when we called on him, he was ready. He did a great job of leading out there. You know, you hope a senior that's been playing for 4 years understands the scheme and can get other guys, lined up, and he did a great job of that. So my hat goes off to Kyle Ewing tonight. I thought he did a really good job. Dylan Linville did really well in our secondary. And Zuri Weathers, of course, on our defensive front, he's been solid for us all year. And Ricky Muley, our senior linebacker, he did really well. So we had some guys step up and make some plays. And, you always wonder how your guys are going to respond. We've had a brutal last couple of games with Oakland and Blackman. Those guys, it's tough to play. I'm glad they beat up on each other last night instead of somebody else.
Give them a dose of their own medicine, huh?
Yeah, give a dose, exactly. I mean, those guys are really good. They're well coached, and they have a lot of talent. It's a testament to our county and the level of football that we play. Those guys, and then you throw in Siegel, who we got to play next week, and their only losses to Blackman and to Oakland. It's a tough place to play, but it's fun and it's competitive.
Well, obviously you haven't heard the news. Siegel got beat by Riverdale tonight, so
I have not.
Siegel's going to be coming. Siegel's going to be coming in. They're going to be madder than a mashed cat coming in next week, and
that's never good. You want them people sleepwalking so you can sneak up on them.
Exactly. We're talking to Coach Stanton Stevens, Dennis Weaver, Josh Peterson here with him in the Friday Night Thunder studios.
Coach Stevens, you got you talked about it a minute ago. It's been kind of brutal for you the last couple of weeks against Blackman and Oakland, but you get a win tonight. You get your third win of the year. How excited does that make? I mean, you've got Siegel next week that's coming off a loss at Riverdale. It's going to maybe expose some things for those guys. How excited is that for you and your team to have a chance to close out this season strong with a couple of big wins?
Well, you're right, and like I said, that's what makes our district so fun. You have an opportunity every week to do something really big and really special. We knock off Siegel. That'll be huge for our program. That'll be huge to say how far our kids have come to be able to get that win. I know Coach Wyatt is going to have his kids coached up, and they're going to be ready to play. We're going to try to coach hard, too, and make sure our kids are ready to play. And like I said, if we can come up with another big victory, big signature victory for our team this year, the momentum we would have going into next year, I think, will be really, really good because we've got so many young kids, so many guys coming back on the team. I think next year we have 9 out of 11 offensive starters that'll be back. So we really are looking forward to continuing to play and continue to grow this football team and this program at LaVergne High School. And we're so happy that we were able to get a victory tonight. Coach Maynard is a veteran of Rutherford County.
Yep.
And, he had his kids. They were ready to play. I mean, it was an absolute dogfight at this game tonight. And we're fortunate we came out with a victory.
All right, Stanton Stevens, the head coach at LaVergne. Good luck in your preparations for Siegel next week. I know that this has kind of been LaVergne night. Steve Carson was on here earlier. He coached there. Don Thomas was on earlier. He coached there. Crutchfield's been tweeting me. So you've made it 4 in a row, LaVerners, and we appreciate your time as always here. LaVergne night on Friday Night Thunder. Okay.
Hey, thanks for having me, Dennis. Always good to talk to you.
Always great to talk to you. Stanton Stevens, the head coach at LaVergne.